Let's talk about party rental business ideas that are not bounce houses and not inflatables. Hello. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Vitaly. I am the owner of VK Party Supply here in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's just a small little party rental business that I started in January of 2024, and I am now looking forward to 2025. So today what I want to talk about is pretty much party rental business ideas that you can do and start that are not bounce houses and inflatables. So those are two things that I don't do personally. I don't do bounce houses and I don't do inflatables for a couple of reasons. One, we actually have quite a few businesses here around town that do big inflatables. They're very popular. So I don't see myself going in and competing with them to be able to get more business, let's put it that way. And then two, bounce houses and inflatables, when I was looking and doing some research, they require special licensing. There's a kind of more headaches involved with it, at least from what I saw. So I don't plan on doing bounce houses and inflatables, at least not anytime soon. But I know many of you also kind of want to stay away from that area. So today I'm going to present to you 5 different options of party rental businesses that you can start that kind of stay away from inflatables. And some of these I actually do myself in my business, so you can combine them and do them in one if you would like. So the first thing I want to talk about is tables and chairs. Many refer to tables and chairs as the bread and butter of the business. Main reason is every event you're going to need tables, and every event you're going to need chairs. Weddings, indoor and outdoor, birthday parties, graduations, family reunions, other events. I had people rent out tables and chairs for like bingo or other various events that are happening that are not even like parties. So tables and chairs are needed everywhere. So there's always going to be a cash flow coming in because of those rentals. So I highly recommend starting with those. Those are probably one of the easiest things to get into, and probably the best option to get orders and get orders quick. So number 1 was tables and chairs. The second option that I want to talk about is yard games or giant yard games. So when I first started off, the very first item that I got was a giant Connect 4, and that was a big hit. And actually still up to today, the Giant Connect 4 performs better than all of the other yard games that I have. You can add on stuff like Giant Jenga. You can have cornhole. We have a game called Chip and Stick Golf. It's kind of it's like a dartboard, but it's big. It's like a material, and you get little golf balls with Velcro on them that people chip in with golf clubs. So it's kind of a fun one for golfers. Even non-golfers, it's actually been a pretty big hit. You could do stuff like bocce, ladder ball. There's a bucket ball, which is pretty much like a giant version of like beer pong. So there's many different options, and people want them for weddings to keep the guests entertained. People want them for birthdays to keep kids entertained, or family reunions kind of. A lot of these games are fun for not only kids, but of all ages. So it's pretty fun. It gets people kind of competitive, very popular more towards the summertime. But there are a couple of people that do want to order them for like indoor events, but it's more popular for outdoor events. Idea number 3 is pop-up canopies. So I'm not even going into tents. I'm kind of taking the smaller version and doing pop-up canopies. So something like 10 by 10 pop-ups. They could be bought like at Walmart or any other kind of local store that are very easy to set up. They just slide up, you pull them apart, and boom, you have yourself a pop-up canopy. A lot of these are very popular for like vendor events or any other events happening in town that people just need some kind of basic covering. So they're not very good for rain. Even on them it says it's not used for rain. It's more for like summertime to kind of keep away from scorching sun and things like that. So really great for vendors, like vendor events, because people are always want to grab them. And the nice thing is they typically always want a table and maybe a couple of chairs, so you can kind of package them together and sell them as little packages. You know, that works out very great too. Number 4, let's talk about party decor and accessories. So this is pretty much anything that you see decorative at different events. Think of when you walk into a wedding and you see centerpieces on tables, or you see different stands and cupcake stands and acrylic boxes and little tongs that are across, you know, like the dessert table. So things, small items like that, those typically do go out also for, you know, maybe bigger corporate events, or like I mentioned, weddings. Even sometimes people use them for like charity events. So it's small items, but they're very effective items that are needed. So kind of little small decoration pieces, as well as accessories such as like tongs and maybe even like little stands and labels. I have they're like little mini easels with chalkboard stands, and you can write on them and kind of use them as labels, maybe for the dessert table or any other area that you're trying to kind of label and differentiate different things. So definitely party decor and accessories are something you can get into. Number 5, and the last thing that I will talk about today, is a little bit more specific. It is known as a candy wall. So I actually have one myself. I've tested it out this year, but it needs a little bit of tweaking just to kind of perfect it a little bit, since it is kind of home built. But the event that we have tested it out on has been very popular. So pretty much what it is, it's a big stand. I have multiple dispensers on it. Fill them up with various candies. You set up a table with maybe cups or different containers that you can grab, and you go to the different dispensers and get the kind of candy variation that you want. Very popular amongst parties, very popular amongst birthdays, or even just kind of like charity events. That's what we used ours for. And super big hit. I had people come up and try booking it for other various parties. I just never had the time to kind of go in and to perfect mine. I think I used the wrong dispensers. Some of the candies would get stuck. So there's specific ones that you need to get, or you can get kind of like acrylic cubes that open up and you actually put in the scooper. So you just kind of have a wall with a couple of shelves on it with various candies that you can scoop and come up and enjoy. I mean, it's super awesome, and I think it works out well. So for today, that's all I'm going to talk about. Just throwing out 5 different ideas that are not bounce houses that you can get into. I mean, all of these items, probably minus the candy wall, because that requires you to maybe build one or find one. But all the other items, you can buy and start renting it out as soon as, you know, this week. That's simple, to be honest. So I hope that helps you out. These things are stuff that I actually use in my business, and I try to rent out. They've been going very well for me. And stay tuned, because maybe I'll do another video giving you some more ideas, because there's a long list of other various things that you can rent out besides bounce houses. So stick around. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.